Fate gave me no warning. Great was my surprise. I saw you standing in the sun, and you were something to see. I know what I like, and I liked what I saw, so I said to myself, that's for me. A lovely morning, I remarked, and you were quick to agree. You wanted to walk, so I nodded my head as I breathlessly said, that's for me. You left me standing here alone. The day's adventures are through. There's nothing for me but the dream in my heart, and the dream in my heart, that's for you. Oh, my darling, that's for you. Oh, my darling, that's for you.
Attention, please. Will the parents of little Benny Winkler please claim him at young McDonald's farm? And you better bring a change of clothes.
She's a beauty, all right, Lem. How old is she?
18 months.
They grow up so fast, don't they?
Hi, fellas.
Well, if it isn't Hank Munson.
Well, if it isn't, his clothes sure do fit me. What a pretty little face. She's my pride and joy, Hank. Rosie. Well, you got a fine-looking girl there, Lem. Now get a load of my little princess. What a snookums! What a sweetheart!
What a sow!
Isn't she the best-looking fat lady you ever saw? That's Esmeralda. We just moved into the pen across from Blue Boy. And I tell you, Abel, he's twice again the boy he was last year.
Keep breeding him like that and the bottom's gonna fall out of the pork market.
More pig to the pound. That's how they like 'em.
You know, one thing I never understood. Virginia hay. They don't know how to raise hogs in Virginia.
Iowa raises better swine than any state in the Union. And do you want to know why that is? I'll tell you why. It's because we know how to treat a pig with the dignity and respect it deserves.
Any Iowa farmer worth his salt knows that a hog is more than just livestock. Much more. He's a friend.
Friend, you're more than just a friend. Loyal, loving to the end.
Sweet hog of mine, sweet hog of mine.
Warm and soft affection lies in your teeny weeny eyes.
Sweet hog of mine, sweet hog of mine.
When the lengthening shadows fall and the day is through, you will always hear me call Suey,
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 Saoo.
Other friends may drift away. Tell me that you'll always stay.
Sweet hog of mine, sweet hog of mine, Suey, Suey. When the lengthening shadows fall and the day is through, you will always hear me call
Suey,
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 Other friends may drift away. Tell me that you'll always stay.
Sweetheart of mine.
Sweetheart of mine. Sweetheart of mine.
Attention, please. Due to a refrigeration breakdown, there will be no butter sculpture of the Last Supper.
So where to now, Bobby Locks? And please, anything but the roller coaster again.
I could ride all day given half a chance.
The one in Chicago, now that is a roller coaster. There's one at Coney Island that's pretty good, and the one near the beach in LA is not bad. But the one in Chicago, that is the one. Got a dip of over 200 feet.
You've been everywhere, haven't you?
Seen it all, done it all. No, I haven't. When I first started out on this racket, I worked on papers all over the country. Got a couple lucky breaks as a war correspondent. Wrote some good stuff. Even got some attention. Not that it ever led to anything much the way I thought it would. Now I'm stuck at United Press. I used to think that someday I would land a real job on a real paper.
Have you tried?
I sent out some feelers, wrote a couple letters.
I don't mean writing letters, I mean writing more good stories that get more attention.
Well, my boss hasn't exactly been handing me the most plum assignments lately.
You're covering the fair, aren't you?
Like I said.
Are you kidding? This is the greatest story in the whole world. Well, my world anyway. The fair is all about the land and nature. It's about people taking pride in what we do with our lives. What could be more interesting to write about than that?
I like you, Margie Frake.
I like you too, but we hardly know each other.
Maybe hardly knowing each other isn't so bad. Maybe you'll never be the love of my life. Maybe I'm not the boy of your dreams. But isn't it kind of fun to look in each other's eyes, swapping romantic gleams? Maybe you're not a girl to have and to hold. Maybe I'm not a boy who would stay. But isn't it kind of fun carousing around the town, dancing the night away? Isn't it kind of fun holding hands according to a sweet and corny custom? And isn't it kind of fun making vows, admitting that we both intend to bust 'em? Maybe we're out for laughs, a girl and a boy, kidding across a table for two. But haven't you got a hunch that this is the real McCoy, and all the things we tell each other are true?
I'm not a girl for sentimental tripe. I never go for the Romeo type.
Over a dewy-eyed Juliet, no one has seen me through yet.
I don't say our hearts are tied by love's eternal tether.
But using words less dignified. Isn't it kind of fun to be together? Maybe we're out for laughs, a girl and a boy, kidding across a table for two. But haven't you got a hunch that this is the real McCoy, and all the things we tell each other are true?
But haven't you got a hunch that this is the real McCoy?
And all the things we tell each other are true.
Say, can I see you tomorrow?
Well,
Or do you want to call it quits?
No. I mean, well, unless do you?
Look, Bobby Locks, anytime I want to call it quits, you won't have to ask. I just simply won't be around. So, do we have a date?
Well, tomorrow my mother's pickles and mincemeat are being judged.
Well, you know they have to give them 30 days unless they're guilty of a felony. So, what time do they sentence these condiments?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock it is. Can I walk you home?
I'm afraid I'd have a hard time explaining you to my parents.
Well, everyone does have a hard time explaining me. So I'll just say so long for now.
So long, Pat. And thanks. Maybe we're out for laughs, a girl and a boy, kidding across a table for two. But haven't you got a hunch that this is the real McCoy? And all the things we tell each other. Oh, Margie.
Excuse me, sir. Are you the chief of police?
That's right, son. What could I do for you?
Well, I was wondering if... That is, could you tell me where your daughter is?
My daughter?
Yeah, we sort of had a date.
Oh, what?
Well, it wasn't exactly a date. I mean, we sort of arranged,
Well, if you say so. Violet, I know she's around here someplace. Violet?
Yes, Daddy?
This man tells me you two have planned to step out tonight.
Really? Hot dog!
I think I meant your older daughter.
Have got a sister good looking. You mean me?
Looks like someone's been pulling your leg, son.
Yeah, I guess that's a hot one on me. Well, nice meeting you. Thank you. Look, little girl, we don't actually have a date. It was just a joke.
You don't see me laughing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Starlight Dance Meadow is proud to present Emily Arden and the Fairtones.
Never had so good. For once in your life you're living. Show your baby you're grateful for all your baby is given. You never had it so good, you crazy attractive mug you. Show your baby you're grateful or baby's going to slug you. I'll try to make your evenings all enchanted. My honey cake, I'm yours to take, but don't take me for granted. Just do what anyone would. Confess you're a lucky fella.
Lucky guy.
Come to baby and tell her you've been misunderstood. Kiss your baby and tell her you never had it so good. So good. I'll bake. I'll try to make your evenings all enchanted. My honey cake, I'm yours to take, but don't take me for granted. Just do what anyone would. Confess you're a lucky feller. Come to baby and tell her you've been misunderstood. Kiss your baby and tell her you never had so good, so good. Hello, boys.
Hey, Miss Arden.
I told you you'd find me.
I didn't know you were a celebrity.
Few people do. Can I sit down?
Yeah, of course. So, I had a nice conversation with your father on my way in.
My father?
You know, the chief of police.
That gag's so old, it's got whiskers. You didn't actually fall for that, did you?
Well, I guess I did. But I did get to meet the chief's daughter. Interesting girl. Pretty. In fact, I think she kind of went for me.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
There's only one catch.
And what's that?
She's 11.
I'm really sorry. Listen, you've been such a good sport. Can I buy you a beer?
You bet.
A couple of drafts, Eddie. So, tell me more about the farm.
Oh, you don't care about all that. It's just a farm.
The closest I ever got to a farm was our 5th floor walk-up in Detroit. We had a window box and geraniums.
And when did you move to Des Moines?
Oh, I didn't move here. I'm just here working. Last week, Grand Rapids. Next week, Milwaukee.
Don't you get lonely being away from your family so much?
Family? Well, there are a few people back home, but they don't really know me anymore. I never look back. Only forward. Actually, I'm headed to New York.
New York City? Why?
Well, in all modesty, I'm going to be a star. You know, on Broadway.
Say, what's your name anyhow?
Emily. Emily Arden.
Emily Arden. I could just see it in lights.
So can I. You know, what I couldn't see in lights was Emma Koslowski. So, how long are you here for?
We go back to Brunswick Saturday morning. Maybe we could get together again sometime when you're not working?
I'd like that, Wayne, but let's make sure we understand each other first.
What do you mean?
First rule of show business. Always leave them laughing. Nothing complicated, okay?
Of course, nothing complicated.
You like to dance?
You bet. Do you?
Couldn't you tell?
wish your father would get back here.
My world does not revolve around Blue Boy.
I had my whole day planned out.
You can't plan out a whole day.
I do it all the time.
You sound like Harry. He thinks you can plan out your whole life.
So you can. Is that what you two were talking about the other day?
Yes.
Did you come to anything definite?
No.
Sure, I don't know what you're waiting for. I mean, what's wrong with Harry?
There's nothing wrong with him. I'm just not sure I want the life that Harry has all planned out for us. In our air-conditioned patent leather farmhouse, on our ultra-modern scientific farm, we'll live in a streamlined heaven, and we'll waste no time on charm. No geraniums to clutter our veranda, nor a single little sentimental thing. No Virginia creepers, nothing useless.
Harry would make a perfectly respectable husband. Lord knows he's been patient with you, and it'd serve you right if he up and married that McCaskey girl instead of you, and I almost hope he does.
Me too.
Margie, you know, Harry's not going to wait around forever.
I promised Harry an answer after the fair.
Oh?
3 days. How am I supposed to decide the rest of my life in 3 days? There's so much I haven't done yet. So much I haven't seen. I keep wishing I were somewhere else, walking down a strange new street, hearing words that I have never heard from a man I've yet to meet. You would be a kind of handsome combination of Ronald Colman, Charles Boyer, and Bing.
Good morning, beautiful sister.
Honestly, Wayne?
Good morning, beautiful mother.
Well, you certainly must have had a good time last night.
Oh, we had a wonderful time, didn't we, Margie?
Oh, yeah, the two of us together. Terrific time.
Oh, I see. Well, you certainly are gussied up just to walk the Midway.
The Midway's very dressy this year.
Oh.
I am here to tell you, Blue Boy's the best-looking piece of hog flesh in the Hawkeye State.
Did you drop off my pickles and mincemeat?
All signed and delivered. Now, seeing as how this is Mother's big day, I'm gonna take the family out tonight. Dinner, dancing, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, Abel, dancing?
You heard me. When I go out walking with my baby, stars are dancing in my baby's eyes.
When I do the cakewalk with my baby, me and my baby always win the prize.
When I take her home, we start spooning.
Spooning suits my baby to a T. Pretty soon you're gonna see some honeymooning. 'Cause if I don't marry her, she'll marry me.
Watch and learn.
Oh, wow.
Keep up now.
All right. Don't give it all away now, Mother. Hold on tight.
Every chance I get. Ooh. Yeah.
We may not strut it out often, but we still got it. Don't taunt me, woman. Let's bring it home, Mother.
Woo!
Let's see if you can keep up. Haha. Thanks, Wayne.
Slow down there, Abel.
Just a reminder, folks, following the pickles and mincemeats, they'll be judging piccalilli, chutney, and chow chow.
Hiya, Shutterbug. Sorry I'm late.
Which one of these dainty homemakers is the cause of our presence here?
Have you ever known me to go for the type that cooks?
You've gone for every other type. It was only a matter of time. Say, before I forget, this wire came for you.
Uh-oh. Who died?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the pickles and will now move on to the mincemeats, after which time the winners in both categories will be announced.
Eureka! There's an opening on the Chicago Tribune. The managing editor wants to see me Monday for an interview.
There you go. Looks like this could be your ticket out.
Oh, Charlie, if I were to dream up something that I wanted, I couldn't do much better than this.
So, Mrs. Metcalf, going to win all of the prizes again this year?
Well, I have been winning both pickles and mincemeat for so many years now, I'm almost embarrassed. Mother, don't pay any attention to that pompous old biddy.
She thinks she's the only one who knows her way around a cucumber.
This is the last year I enter anything, and I mean it.
Mother, you say that every year.
Now hold tight, Mother. They're coming up to yours, and I got a hunch it's gonna send them to the promised land.
Wow. They must like it. They sure are wolfing it down.
Yeah, but I guess they really are going to town on that, aren't they? I don't know, but it's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. I try every year. You know, Abel, I try every year. I put my heart and soul into that mincemeat. And I don't know. If that Metcalf woman wins every year, I try so
Quiet,
hard.
please. We are now ready to announce the winners. Sweet Pickles. Second place goes to Mrs. Dorothy Buckshorn of Osceola. There you go. And first place goes to Mrs. Edwin Metcalf of Pottsville.
Thank you.
And moving right along to Sour Pickles, second place goes to Mrs. Melissa Frake of Brunswick.
Oh, good job, Mother.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And first place goes to Mrs. Edwin Metcalf of Pottsville. Oh, I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, aren't I, Mrs. Metcalf? Oh, yes, now where was I? Oh, yes, the mincemeats. Second place goes to Mrs. Robert Mosley of Cedar Bluff.
Well, looks like a clean sweep for that Metcalf woman again.
Well, now hold tight, Mother. It ain't over yet.
Oh, yes, and last but not least, first place goes to ladies and gentlemen. As you know, we sometimes give a plaque for distinguished achievements in the culinary arts. And, as you are undoubtedly aware, this plaque is only given in the rarest of we don't give it out much. But on this occasion, my colleagues and I have voted unanimously that it be given to a lady who has concocted the most delicious, the most succulent mincemeat ever to